After the pitch with a runner on first. McIsaac drive deep left field into the nest. And it's gone! Ryan McIsaac. A 2-run blast into left field. Makes it an 8-6 game, still favoring the Ospreys. But in the bottom of the ninth, that's what you want to see. Ryan McIsaac, how do you do? That one's gone. O'Neill will set up here with one out and the bases loaded. The tying run at the plate, swung on, over to second. Kokis turns two. The throw is second in time. The throw to first in time, and the Profs get out of the inning with no damage done. The bases remain loaded, and the Ospreys can't convert. What a play by Alex Kokis to throw it over to second, then get the throw to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play and gets the Profs out of the inning. Drive, deep left field. And it's gone! Victor Cruz. A grand slam for the Profs. Makes it a 12-2 ball game. Victor Cruz, have yourself a day. Pitch off speed, looper into shallow center. Kokis can't make the play. 1 run will score, 2 runs score on the looping single into center field as Ryan Swift gets a 2 RBI single and puts the Ospreys up 4-0 in the top of the first. Top of the ninth. Montclair trailing by 3. 1-2 pitch awaits from Listro. 2 outs, no runners on. Swung on and missed for strike number 3, and the Profs take it. 7-4, your final score in game number 1. And Rowan with a big win. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed by Damaris, so the second strikeout of the game for Ryback puts 2 outs on the board in the top of the first. Back here from Glassboro, Erdelyi with you for the NJAC quarterfinal rounds as Ryan Mastrangeli will set up after a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the fourth by the Profs. They're able to score 1 in the bottom of the third, answered back by 1 run scored in the top of the fourth as Mastrangeli looks at the pitch a little high for ball 1, as both sides getting very excited. And a deciding game 3 after the rain delay must have woke up the Profs and the Ospreys, and Mastrangeli looks at the pitch again up high for ball 2. So very vocal so far. The Nest hasn't been as vocal today as they were yesterday. The team's doing it for him. Pitch swung on with the fastball inside for strike number 1. So 2-1. 2-1 pitch. DeMarco sets up. Off speed and fouled off by Mastrangeli. No strikeouts on the day for DeMarco, but he's only allowed the 2 hits and the 1 run. DeMarco to set up against Mastrangeli. Off speed pitch high. Makes the count full at 3-2. 3-2 count, no outs, and runners nowhere for the leadoff hitter in Mastrangeli. Mastrangeli's 0 for 1 today. DeMarco pitch lined into left field, heading back on the line, rounding first is Mastrangeli into the corner. He'll stop at second. Ryan Mastrangeli a stand-up double to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th for the Profs. In a tie ball game, 1-1 from Glassboro. So big shot there by Mastrangeli. Get him on base with a leadoff double. Now Eric DiDomenico will head up. DiDomenico, DD as the Nest would call him, popped up into center field in the 3rd. He sets up here with a whole lot of momentum after the big double by Mastrangeli to lead off. No outs. Runner on second. The pitch with the breaking ball low, make it 1-0. 1-0 pitch. No outs and a runner on second to DiDomenico. Swung on and missed. Maybe got a piece of it with the foul, so makes it 1-1, but a hard cut there by Didi. 1-1, no outs, and a runner on second, and Mastrangeli with the big drive down the left field line. Get it to Bop in the corner. Put him on base with the double. First baseman, DiDomenico, trying to drive him in. Tie game, 1-1. Here's the pitch from DeMarco, swung on, fouled off by DiDomenico. Make it 1-2. No outs in the bottom of the fifth. Only 3 hits on the day allowed by DeMarco, who's played solid, but a leadoff double isn't what you like to see from your most utilized pitcher. DeMarco sets up with the 1-2 to DiDomenico. No outs and a runner on. Up high with the off-speed pitch, make it 2-2. Deciding Game 3. Win or go home in the NJAC quarterfinal rounds. Profs trying to avoid being upset by the Stockton Ospreys. Off-speed pitch. Called strike 3. DiDomenico got caught looking as DeMarco gets strikeout number 1 of the day against the Profs' first baseman. So a strong pitch by DeMarco to get DiDomenico out for out number 1. Jared Marks will line up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. They check back over at second. Mastrangeli gets back, sliding head first. Profs bullpen, the Profs dugout. Bullpen, not so much. We saw yesterday the Stockton bullpen was very vocal. Profs bullpen, a little quiet. The Profs dugout, very vocal. Marks looks at the fastball, driven for strike 1 inside. Make it 0-1. Marks, like we mentioned, he popped up in the infield as Damaris was able to make a nice play. It's the off-speed on the outside, make it 1-1. 1-1 pitch, 1 out. A tie game at 1. The bottom of the 5th with a runner on second. Mastrangeli. Mark sets up. DeMarco off speed again, up high. He has a lot of control on the speed. That changeup. Got to work on the placement, though, late midway point in this one. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 count to Marks. 1 out and a runner on second. Swing and a miss by Marks to make it evened up at 2 apiece. So Marks trying to avoid giving Marks trying to avoid giving DeMarco back-to-back Ks after DiDomenico went down. 2-2 pitch, 1 out and a runner on second. Swing over to short, will get past into the gap in center field. Mastrangeli rounding second, heading towards third. He'll be standing safely at third. We thought he was maybe going to try for extra, but Maleo keeps him on pause and will be a big single by Jared Marks to put Mastrangeli on third and bring up Jason Bobiak, who singled his last at-bat, eventually scored after Ryan McIsaac was able to get a big RBI double where he was able to advance it into a triple after the error in center field. He's got runners on the corners. Here's Bobiak. Bobiak and McIsaac still due up in this inning. 1 out, as they expect Bobiak to lay down the bunt. He does show bunt, but the pitch low. Pulls it back. 1-0. Bobiak, of course, coming in for the aforementioned Trip McCaffrey, who collided with scary play in right center field yesterday, in Game 2. Bobiak done a good job so far, 1 for 1 with a single. 1-1 your score in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and fouled off straight back by Bobiak, make it 1-1. So one's all around. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-1 your score with number 1 at the plate, Jason Bobiak. Bottom of the 5th, the Profs with the runners on the corners with the 1 out. 1-1 pitch on its way to Bobiak. Marco, pitch. Bunted, laid down. The throw at home won't be coming as Bobiak able to dig out the bunt. They try to throw over to the catcher. And then DeMarco losing it. The sacrifice bunt doesn't need to be a sacrifice. Runners advance to first and second. End of run scores. The Profs take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth. A beautiful bunt played down by Jason Bobiak. They tried to throw home. Just losing it was DeMarco. Gives the Profs a 2-1 lead, the bottom of the fifth, and bring up the scary Ryan McIsaac. With runners on first and second with one out, he could be aggressive here. He does. Swing over to short, puts everyone on hold, as it was actually fouled off, it looked like, or maybe caught. Yes, was caught, excuse me, caught at short. Was wondering why the throw didn't come. But a low shot, a nice play by Swift to make the grab. Close play, but low, and then everyone just puts on the brakes. Bring up Victor Cruz after McIsaac goes down. Cruz, 0 for 2 on the day. He's in a 1-0 spot after he looks at the pitch again. Very patient at the plate. We talked about this his last couple at-bats. 1-0. 2 outs for Cruz. DeMarco on the mound. 2-1 is your score. Runners on first and second. Pitch low and in the dirt. A good job by Fabrizi to get after it. Make sure no pass ball. The sun peeking its head out for just a second. A cloudy day here from Glassboro. A little bit of blue in the sky far away. As DeMarco pitch up high. 2 outs, 3-0 count to Cruz. Cruz, like we mentioned, 0 for 2 on the day. He comes in leading the NJAC and sacrifice bunts, tied for the lead in the NJAC with Jared Marks, both with 6. 2 outs, though, so don't expect that here. Cruz with the 3-0 pitch, looked at the changeup up high for strike 1, make it 3-1. The 3-1 pitch for Cruz, Mr. Suavemente. His 9-game hit and run streak snapped yesterday. So he sets up here with the 3-1 pitch. 2 outs and runners on first and second. He swing, drive into left center, going back. And it's gone! Victor Cruz! Victor Cruz, a 3-run shot as he points at the nest in left field. How do you do? Victor Cruz gives the Profs a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. A huge one from Victor Cruz. He's known to clear the bases. Had a grand slam against Rutgers Newark as he drives that one into deep left field and gives the Profs a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. What a shot by Victor Cruz. 5-1 your score in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs. Brings up Alex Kokis now with the bases cleared. And the Profs exploding for 4 runs in this inning. What a drive by Victor Cruz, my word. It's the first pitch with the fastball low, make it 0-1. A salute to the nest by Victor Cruz. Give him something to talk about. As they've been a little quiet today, that'll get them rounded up. DeMarco pitch with a 0-1. Swung on, driven, center field. Maleo chasing after it. He'll make the grab for out number 3. Kokis not happy about that one. Slams the helmet in frustration. But the Profs have nothing to be frustrated about at this point. They up 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th concluding. We had top 6 in the NJAC quarterfinal rounds in Game 3 of a best-of-3 win or go home situation as the Ospreys need something big in the top of the 6th. Find out if they have it right here on Rowan Radio, 89.7 WGLS-FM. So the Profs will take the bats in the bottom of the 9th inning. They trail by 4, 8-4 your score in Game 1 of the NJAC quarterfinals, a best-of-3 series with 2 games being played today. If needed, a third game, it will be played tomorrow. Same place, time will be different. Stay updated with Rowan Radio for more updates on that. Ryan Mastrangeli will set things off for the Profs in this inning. It's Profs trail by 4. Garrett Erdelyi and Joshua Ticino with you for Rowan Radio's coverage of the NJAC baseball tournament. The pitch driven in for strike 1. Make it a 0-1 count. No outs. 8-4 your score. Apt with a fastball driven foul by Mastrangeli. Mastrangeli today was able to get a big 2-run single in the last inning where things started. He drives this one, little looper into the infield. Second baseman plays it. Damaris, a throw. Won't be in time as it takes a one-hop and will get Mastrangeli on base with the single in the bottom of the 9th inning. Spells a little bit of trouble with the top of the lineup coming up with Ryan McIsaac, who struggled today, but we know how dangerous he is, Josh.
Definitely. And if you're the Ospreys, having your starting lineup come back up here at the bottom of the 9th with a runner on first, it could spell trouble, especially if the Profs' energy is starting to vibe now.
Apt with the pitch with a runner on first. McIsaac drive deep left field into the nest, and it's gone. Ryan McIsaac, a 2-run blast into left field, makes it an 8-6 game, still favoring the Ospreys. But in the bottom of the 9th, that's what you want to see. Ryan McIsaac, how do you do? That one's gone.
And after the struggles so far throughout this entire game, having that nice home run to get the 2-run home run to get the Profs a little bit closer up there, I think that makes up for the rest of everything that's been going on here in this game.
Profs still need 2 as they trail 8-6, but that's a good way to get it. Ryan McIsaac with a deep blast into left field brings up Victor Cruz. The Profs still trailing by 2 as the Cruz chance swarm fouled off on pitch number 1, make it 0-1 to Cruz. Reminiscent of, has the exact same name as former New York Giant wide receiver, Patterson, New Jersey native Victor Cruz as well. Obviously, same name. 0-1 pitch, no outs, Apt. Swung on and missed by Cruz. So, Victor Cruz has the nickname that Alex Braddock gave him of Mr. Suavemente with his walk-up music. Gets the Cruz chance here from Glassboro. Apt with the 0-2 pitch on its way. Swung on, looper into right field, drops down, an easy play made by Talbot for out number 1. So the Profs need something here. Cruz goes down for the first out of the bottom of the 9th. Bring up Alex Kokis. Kokis and Murphy do up. That's a lethal combination for the Profs.
Definitely, and especially Murphy, who will be up next. 7 home runs, leading the team on the season. That could spell a lot of trouble for the Ospreys especially.
Kokis single into the infield. The throw in time for out number 2. A beautiful throw by O'Sullivan, who gets it off the hop. Thought it could have gone for a single. That was the type of shot, little grounder over to third. Bring up Ryan Murphy. Needs 2 runs. You would have desperately loved to have Kokis on base there with Murphy up to the plate. The nest is louder than ever in a 2-run ball game. Murphy, like you mentioned, 7 home runs, 3rd in the NJAC. 8-6 lead for the Ospreys on the bottom of the 9th. Ball slung in for strike number 1, and he does have a very extended strike zone with the 6'7" frame. Slender 6'7", but has a whole lot of power underneath him. 0-1 pitch with 2 outs and no runners on for Murphy. Murphy with a huge swing and a miss, make it 0-2. So the Profs down to their final strike in game number 1. Could it spell upset for the Ospreys? 0-2 pitch, 2 outs, 8-6 lead for Stockton. The pitch on its way from Apt. Swung on and fouled off by Murphy. So we'll reset.
And Murphy has been tasting these big hits all game. The last 2 at-bats went deep. One of them just inches away from being a home run in center field.
Murphy's begging for one. Just a couple more feet. 2 for 4 on the day with 2 singles. He's in an 0-2 count. 2 outs and no runners on. 8-6 your score in favor of Stockton in the bottom of the 9th. The NJAC quarterfinal round. Game 1 of a best of 3. Apt pitch to Murphy. High for ball number 1. Make it a 1-2 for the Profs' big right fielder. Murphy, like you mentioned, top 5 in the NJAC in home runs. Top on the team in home runs with 7. 782 slugging. That's 3rd in the NJAC as well. 1-2 pitch on its way from Apt. 2 outs, no runners on in a 2-run ball game. Murphy, swing, drive into right field underneath it, and the Ospreys take game number 1. A big upset win for the Ospreys as they take the first game of the best of 3. Here from Glassboro, 8-6 your final score as Stockton takes game number 1.